No, I've already spoken to Kieran. Well, now that you've spoken with my husband, I suppose you won't begrudge us some conversation. He doesn't much like it when visitors speak to me first, you see. He finds it disrespectful. That's the structure. No such thing. How do you feel about that? Oh, sufficiently in command of myself that I don't need to unburden on a stranger, thank you. Do not judge or pity me, my life is my own. I meant no disrespect. Regardless of what you meant, you've achieved it. What did you really think you had to offer me? What did you think I had to offer you? No. I see, yes. I believe I've made a mistake. It's good that you admitted as much. I think trade is the only exchange the Naga Empire and yours require. Perhaps after a few decades we can condescend to advise one another. So what should we talk about? Politics? Gossip? Pointless niceties? I'll leave you to decide. Politics seems most appropriate. Beamride's politics aren't as compelling once you learn the secret. No one is as good at it as they pretend. My husband makes the same mistake over and over again, and he's better than most. I don't think it's responsible for our situation, but I doubt it helps. Would you do things differently? Yes, and that's about all there is to say about it, thank you. Of course, I wouldn't say anything against our king and queen. I look forward to meeting them. Mind yourself today, not many in the city are sympathetic to you, and while people like us are all too terribly aware of how much we need you, not everyone is. You can't make friends with everyone in the city, and you'll be in serious trouble if you should ever have to. Okay. Well, let's go and sign this treaty. Go and talk to the king and queen. Actually, are there still... I wonder if they're the people I'm meant to talk to, but I think we'll just keep going. I think we've... I don't see the point in just randomly talking to everyone. I don't think it'll work. Warm greetings, my name is Kanika, and I am priestess and advisor to the royal family. I have been asked to offer you apologies for their lateness. No, not at all, I understand. I have to admit, I'm a little more comfortable with face-to-face talks than formal political meetings. If you're finished with all your other business here, I'd like to talk with you about a few things before the treaty signing is underway. No, let's go. So, then let us talk. I know there were angry mobs when you entered. There's a young priest in the temple district, a man named Grand Viziers, who brings bread to starving slum dwellers. Apparently, he's been claiming that the Naga refugees in our slums are responsible for Bimra's continued misfortunes, as though you caused the drought just by being here. He's a lunatic, and we'll bring him to heel. Yeah, let's not say there's going to be more. But you already don't like us, do you? I appreciate the effort. We are taking steps. We've hired a mercenary captain in this company to provide a permanent defensive perimeter around the slums and prevent anyone from crossing over into the city proper, where... I see the guards signalling. You can go and start negotiations now. Oh. Would have liked to continue that conversation. My apologies to both of you for the wait. It has been a long wait. Of course. No, let's be formal. Of course. Give a small formal bow. Right. Since we're... Oh, did I lose friendship? I wasn't paying attention. That's the thing, is like, this is, like... I'm clicking a thing here, and then I've got a note there. Right. Since we're already running late, we'll just have to skip the fun parts. No introduction, chatting, food tasting, any of the stuff that makes you want to get up in the morning and actually sign one of these things. Friendly. No, let's not say that. That might... that is the best part, yes. Yes. Right you are. Now, where would you like to begin? Let's not bring that up. I leave that much up to you. We'll be pleased to know that most of what you offered we're prepared to accept outright. We're not going to haggle over the trade routes and schedules you prepared. Our only concern regards your immigrants. I don't think we should say that, because that's just so vague, but if we say 100 merchants, craftsmen, and skilled labourers over the next month, what seems to be the problem? Emphasise the good points. We understand the needs of the Naga Empire. Bimra's slums are a constant reminder of how poor environments can jeopardise honest tradesmen, but that's the first problem there. We can't guarantee your skilled workers will find employment in the city, not when so many of our own have been rendered destitute. I won't hold you accountable only implementation. Let's not... Well... I think we need to get rid of some. Actually, what's our thing? The impatient thing would do... Throw my weight around until the royals are forced to see us. Oh, so this isn't... I thought this was like a quest, but it's not. It's just... Opportunity, so we're going to go into... So we're talking... I don't know if we're negotiating... I could negotiate the number down. But I don't know, like, what's the goal. I think we need to kind of be on side now so that later on we'll get some good... Think about negotiations in the future. A fair point. Perhaps the number could be lowered. That depends what you have in mind. Half now, and maybe the rest later. Alright, fine, it will have to do. We had meant to talk to you about the unfortunate anti-Naga sentiment in some parts of the city. We really do not believe it constitutes a threat. After all, the Naga refugees remaining in our slum have lived free of harm for months. Yeah, it's easy for you to say. I trust that you have things under control. We aren't sure exactly what the roots of this discontent are. Ignorance, I suppose. Unjustified fear of Naga. But we know that the mob was the work of one priest, Ranvir. Perhaps Kanaka has already told you about him. A lot of people listen to him. Why, we'll never know. BJ has been speaking with him personally. Of course he has. Of course he has. Does he have grievances we could address? Ranvir is unusual. He claims that Bankamundi, whom his temple serves, has sent him a vision of how to end the drought and bring prosperity to the slums. It involves many things, but the key point is that we should shun your empire. He was not responsive to most of my attempts at negotiation. What was he responsive to? Nothing that is currently viable, so we need to deal with him another way. He cannot be bought, I promise you. Oh, these are all bold. I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to say... I don't want to be like, oh yeah, use your justice system. No, perhaps something less direct. Turn his followers against him, maybe? You would think. I have a few plans myself, but they will require resources, and we are rather thin on those for reasons which will be explained shortly. It is for the people. The Naga Empire could give you extra resources for the duration of this threat. It seems appropriate. That gives us more options to work with. Thank you very much. I suppose there's just one more thing then, isn't there? VJ, this was your idea. Do you want to explain it? You may have already heard that much of our profits from this trade exchange will go towards retaining the services of a mercenary company. They will provide a barrier between the city proper and the slums. With luck, they'll eventually be able to keep peace in the slums. It seems a sensible proposition. The Naga immigrants will not be easy to house. We will need to clear out areas of the slums to provide housing for them, as well as some of our own city dwellers. Obviously, this means that these mercenaries are in your interest as well as ours, which is why we wanted to show you their effectiveness, personally. It is long past time a representative of the Naga Empire met with your refugees in the slums. Currently, this is not possible. Therefore, I propose that once our mercenaries arrive, you, my wife, and myself venture out into the slums under the personal guard of these men. Naturally, you are at liberty to refuse. Okay, me, personally, the mercenaries are hired by VJ, they're going to kill us all. That's my thought. So, if you go with me, there's nothing. What would he do? I think he's very polite and diplomatic. He's going to trust these people. You know, there is that kind of... You need to trust people and act like they're trustworthy to make them trustworthy. If you will... no, not at all. I relish the opportunity. Then our business for today is concluded. If you'll give us a moment to confer with our scribes, we will draw up the final documents. A pleasure to do business. We've got inspirational. Yay. Right, what am I doing now? What am I doing now? Journal. Company of the royal families to the slums. I should convene with Rhea to bring the diplomatic mission to its end. Okay. What have I got? Have I got any traits? Disarming. Doesn't mind using humour to make friends. Inspiration. We'll go into harm's way for the sake of the Empire. We're cordial. Knows how to be just polite enough. I'm polite and disarming and going to die. Going to die. You're going with them to the slums? Are you sure about this? It's risky, yes, but it's also a good faith gesture. Peace and prosperity are worth sticking your neck out for. Peace? We just listened to half an hour of people telling us how much they love the Naga, while meanwhile, just beyond the palace walls, there are riots breaking out because we dared show up. This place isn't even at peace with itself. No, things will get better in time. I'll do what I can, and when it's your turn to be ambassador to Bimra, you'll do what you can. I don't know about this. Fruit can take care of itself. No. Bimra needs to prove it can take care of itself, and if it fails that test, well, I suppose the rest will be up to you. That's not what I mean. I can't shake the feeling that nothing we just did matters. I feel like when they tell the story of Bimra and the Naga Empire 100 years from now, they'll spend a breath on what Chitra accomplished at the party before moving onwards to the great vast and terrible inevitability of VJ turning against us all and killing every... Wait, no, sorry, that's not written down. And I'm afraid neither of our peoples are doing anything to prevent it. I know, I'm sorry. Please, let's just gather the retinue together and go home. The deal was signed later that night. 2 months later, Chitra would venture out with the royal family, the court spy, Vijay, and a contingent of the Captain Shyam's mercenaries to serve as bodyguards. Only Vijay and the mercenaries would return. Acting in the chaos, Vijay gathered support from the nobles to form a temporary ruling council with him at the head. Shyam was charged with keeping further riots at bay. Unruly outlying farms would be managed by the recently widowed noblewoman Lakshmi. Ranveer would represent the interests of the priests and slums. To appease the Naga Empire, Riya was appointed Minister of Trade. Months passed. The temporary council failed to dissolve, whispers of foul play faded, and still the monsoons failed to return. That's just Chitra. Continue. Yeah. We didn't die. I thought we were going to die, especially with the fact we were going to go. You are Tanya, a peasant, 15 years old. Tanya sometimes catches word of what's happening in the other villages. It's never good. Merchants arrive with rumours of open revolt, only to whisper hushed warnings about spies within the populace, watching and waiting for any sign of rebellion. However, Tanya's village has not seen any violence. Lakshmi, the noblewoman in charge of the farmlands, has run this village personally ever since the death of her husband. Her soldiers keep one half of the peace, and tradition keeps the other. In the midst of this, Tanya is about to be married. It is not long before her future, and that of her village, will be decided. She's intelligent, gifted, rational thinker. She's also literate, unusual for a peasant. Tanya grew up without any siblings. There have been times in her life when she felt strangely alone. Tanya never had many friends. Juhi is one of the few people Tanya has ever been truly comfortable around. There you are! Why is it you always mope off alone when Juhi's busy with work? Couldn't you find anyone else to amuse yourself with, instead of skittering off into some dark hole like a beetle? I was just doing some reading. I didn't want to do it in public, because I knew Mistress Lakshmi was returning today. It's not good for you, you know, you or Juhi. You've both got such small families, so you're going to need to have lots of friends to help with little crises once you've got your own households. No, I've never been unfriendly to anybody. They don't like me much, that's their problem. If you say so. Nobles, they like things real clean, simple. They like their peasants to do what they're supposed to, when they're supposed to, without any fuss. Because when things are bad, and they've been plenty bad lately, they like knowing that some little thing isn't going to be the fire that burns their fields to the ground. And when it comes to keeping us right, they aren't too subtle. You know, your parents wanted to talk to you. I think they've been looking for you all morning. You say that like you don't know why, didn't you ask? They said they wanted to tell you first, but I think we can both guess what this is going to be. Go on, Tanya. Don't keep them waiting. Parents. Don't want to get parents. I want to explore. I'm a loner. Oh, this is boring. Oh, I can't actually walk through the fields. No. Oh, hello. No, that was just the curse that didn't change. Right, well. I'll walk through the door without opening it. Wonderful. Hello. Tanya, there you are. We've got good news. Wonderful news. I know you weren't really looking forward to this day, but I think we've done as well as any parents could. I'm listening. We've arranged for you to marry Hanu, the merchant caste boy. If all goes well and Hanu comes into his heritage, he'll one day be a merchant's wife. Stupid foul-tempered cretin. The family agreed to marry their son to a peasant, and everyone's okay. Happy about this? Family's quite happy. We'll say no more about it. We arranged things with the parents today. We'll be taking our dowry out of Laxmi's vaults and presenting it tomorrow. Between now and then, we'd like you to go to Hanu and talk things over with him. Tell me when you've done this so we can arrange everything else. Tanya, I know you're ready for this, and I just wanted to say I'm proud of you. I've never regretted having you as a daughter, never for a moment. Honest. Always remember that everything we've done for you. Ah, I don't believe you. Right, where am I going? So we're exploring to try and find this guy. Juhi, Uncle, Naga. Yay. Oh, Hanu's all the way over there. No, I don't want to talk to him. Hello. Husband's been unbearable. All he does is complain about the food shortages, as if we weren't all hungry. Even the children are handling things better than him. Okay, so there's nothing around here. Oh, I'm randomly exploring. Oh no, I'm not going to find these people. Move along. Laxmi's back and she won't be disturbed. Oh. I guess I won't be getting by this way. Oh, but I just wanted to explore. Move along, girl. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Not allowed to explore then. Nah. Apparently can't walk on the grass either. That's weird. Right, so let us meander over this way. Ah, Juhi. Yay. You're my friend, apparently. My only friend. Hey, guess who's done with her chores? And guess who's wearing her I just watched the baby elephant die face. Oh, so... What? You okay? Oh, right. Oh, right, you're talking about me. My family's engaged me to Hanu. Yeah. What? Are you serious? I mean, I guess you should go talk with him, right? That's what your mother's going to tell you to do. Okay, just talk to me after, okay? Please? Will do. I'm gonna go down this way. Uncle! I'm guessing you're my uncle, rather than that being your name. Oh, that makes sense, because mother and father. I assume that's not their actual name. Tanya, can you please talk to your aunt? Sometimes the two of you just understand each other better than I can, and someone needs to explain to her that now is not the time to pester Laxmi for extra food for a wedding feast. I'll talk with her and see how things go. Please do. I can never get through to her when she's like this. I assume she's down here talking to Laxmi. Hello? Get out of my face. Unless you have something to report, I've got nothing to say to you. Okay. I'll just go. No point in arguing with him. I thought maybe my aunt would be down there, but she isn't. Oh, is that the person I was talking to at the very beginning? Let's go and talk to her. I'm not deliberately trying to delay talking to the person I'm supposed to be engaged to. Definitely not. Oh, maybe it's you, Nita. So I heard your parents managed to get you betrothed to Hanu. Congratulations, Anya, you really deserve this. Thanks? You realise what that means, right? You and your children might live in the city someday. The opportunities and connections available to someone of merchant caste are, well, a lot more than my husband will ever have. So how come Hanu's family lives in the village with us? Well, I don't know, but that's on Hanu's parents, not on him. Once he's come into his own, he may prove himself a fine businessman. He does all the work, and the two of you share the rewards. Sounds lovely to me, honestly. Now, what was I doing? Okay, you're not... Are you my aunt?